Welcome to day 5. We are in Mount Isa, and today we're catching up with Robbie Cadder, member for Traeger, as well as Mayor Danielle Slade, talking about what CopperString means for Mount Isa, but also for the north. And we're hosting all of our stakeholders here in Mount Isa to talk about CopperString and the effects on this region and what it brings to Townsville.
Welcome to Mount Isa. This is the corridor of the future.
Obviously, CopperString finally here. We all advocated for over 10 years to get it. What does it mean for Mount Isa, and how does it basically contribute to your plans for the future?
Well, CopperString is a game changer, and not just for Mount Isa, but for the whole Northwest Mineral Province. And what CopperString will bring to Mount Isa is industry, and we expect to see mines popping up all around us. One of the difficult things for mines is the price of electricity and transport. CopperString is going to bring in that stability and assurance for these mines who are interested in coming to places like Mount Isa. Like the rest of Australia, housing is an issue, so we need more new builds, and we need buy-in from industry and also state and federal government, and that's really important going forward.
Colin, we are now in Mount Isa. The road trip has been fantastic to really understand how excited everyone is about CopperString. Tell us what it means to PowerLink.
Yeah, well, thank you for starters for inviting me, and it's been a great week. It's been a really important week because what you've done is you've engaged all the people along the route, which has been fantastic. And what is important to PowerLink is really, PowerLink, this is a really important project, number one for PowerLink. It's the biggest network project in Australia, so by far. So it's a really important project for PowerLink, but it's a really important project for PowerLink because PowerLink can help to enable so many other things that are going on in this region.
What does it take to develop a project like that, and how can we support you as a region?
No, thanks, Claudia. Yeah, so WinLab's been in the region for 10 years, and the Kennedy Energy Park was the start of the pioneering renewable energy in the region. The North Queensland Super Hub is 10 gigawatts. To develop a project of that scale, we need certainty. Certainty in approval pathways, certainty in the time frame and the amount of work it will take to get those projects off the ground. So really advocating, working with TEL and working with local members, state and federal members around the pathways to get certainty of those approval pathways and to get these projects through to financial close.
We are in North Queensland extremely lucky because we do have some big reserves, don't we?
We absolutely do. In fact, here at QEM we have probably the largest inline resource globally. We're here talking about CopperString today and how that's an enabling piece of infrastructure. I think any project that's looking to do something at the scale we're looking to do is going to require renewable energy as well. So that was always a prerequisite for us really with this project. But vanadium itself is really, why we're doing vanadium is for grid support batteries. So these are the pieces that we're going off the grid, and you will need them to support CopperString as well. But vanadium is going to be the new, as you say, the new gold. Now with the transition to the global transition to electrification, we're going to need a lot of it, and we can build these batteries here in Queensland. So it's a pit to product project that we're working on, and I think we're at the right time. All of this will sync at pretty much the right time for us to go into production.
What needs to happen now?
Yeah, well, that's a really good question because there's a lot of things need to happen now. Mount Isa Mines was voted the most influential business in Queensland's 150-year history, and that's nice, but that's just something to reflect on of where we've come and what the legacy we've been given here. So now with this CopperString now, that gives us a pathway into the future for what we can do and how we find the next Mount Isa Mines business or businesses. And so it's not the full stop, it's not the end of the story, it's the enabler that gets us to the starting gate now. And what is the good news is that's a starting gate for a $750 billion mineral field, and some would say the best potential or the best potential mineral province in the world.
This concludes our 2023 Townsville Enterprise Road Trip to Mount Isa. We thank all the communities along the corridor for hosting us, and we know that a thriving Northwest will mean a thriving Townsville and North Queensland. So we're looking forward to seeing you next year.